I'm Brownfield Commodity Market Reporter John Perkins with the closing market minute for Monday, August 11th. Soybeans and corn both ended the session higher on oversold signals and position squaring ahead of Tuesday's USDA supply, demand, and production numbers. Traders going to be watching any potential USDA adjustments to corn and soybean yields very closely, not expecting a whole lot of changes on the supply and demand side of things, at least in this round of numbers. Any big changes for new crop, of course, are going to wait until after September 1st when the new crop marketing year actually begins. Some old crop adjustments, though, are possible, especially on old crop exports for corn. Development conditions, and this is a bigger deal for soybeans than it is for corn right now, but development conditions in the back half of the month are expected to turn hotter in many key U.S. growing areas, but precipitation should still largely be favorable. Wheat closed mixed as Chicago and Kansas City continue to keep an eye on the tail end of this year's U.S. winter wheat harvest. Activity expected to be pretty fast in much of the Midwest and Plains over the next several days, even with scattered precipitation. They're also watching the global yield numbers. Minneapolis is watching that early spring wheat harvest activity here in the northern U.S. plains, along with recent rainfall in parts of the Canadian prairies. Widespread direct cash cattle business to get underway. Box beef was up at midday, and this week's show list does look mixed when compared to last week, at least somewhat larger in Kansas, Nebraska, and Colorado, but smaller in Texas. And hogs closed mixed, mostly higher on spread trade and the higher midday move in pork. A lot of questions, though, about sustained domestic and export demand. On the export side of things, new tariffs against China are still scheduled to go into effect on Tuesday. With the closing market minute for Monday, August 11th, I'm Brownfield Commodity Market Reporter John Perkins.